This is part 3 of Anyox Revisited, the last one of our series. I've got a better picture of this. I'll have this in the comments section. I'll have a real good link to the map of Anyox. So enjoy the last part of our series here.
We'll just chase the water down here a little bit. Gets pretty yellow, that stuff. You know, it's hard to get off your hands. It'd be good dye or something. I don't really know what it is. I was kind of thought maybe there's some sulfides in it, which there may be, but it doesn't smell like sulfur at all. So, I don't know what that is. Not going to touch it anymore. There we go. Well, we got all the water drained out of here now. Now it really doesn't matter. Yeah, the stuff, you know, when you get it on your clothes and your hands, you can wash it off, even the soap, it doesn't even come off, it just stains. So it make a real good yellow dye. But I don't think it's toxic. If it gets in your eyes, you splash some in your eyes, it stings. So I don't think it's real nasty. Looks nasty. Looks nastier than it is, actually, I think. There we go. Yeah, it'd be cool to get up there, but let's see how good. Ladders are just nobody good in this country at all. Any ladder I've ever seen. You're putting on weight on it, just breaks on you. Yeah, another big section here. We're just waiting for the water to drop down so we chop the hole through there. That's flowing pretty good, but looks like there's a lot of water in that section. It's just going to take a little while. You know, it's easier just to wait a few minutes and let the water come down. And just makes it that much easier and safer for us to proceed. As you can see it, there's a tunnel going off to the right. It's not too bad of a size. And then the one straight ahead is really wide. And they've done a little bit of shoring up on the back there to keep it up there. You can see that all right. Pretty dark. Fair ways in there. It looks like it's shallower up there, so yeah, if we can drop another foot of water, it just makes it that much easier. So this is a big area. There must be a big deposit right above us here, because we got this massive ore chutes here like you don't see anywhere else. I mean, just even the size of the timbers. Look at the trees. That must be 2 feet across. Not many places have trees like that, but you know, we're on the west coast here, so this guy here has been plugged off, more or less, anyways. Yeah. Big stope up there somewhere. And we'll just kind of show you where we came from. Wasn't too bad walking through there. It was fairly soft there. We drained all this section here. There's probably a lot of copper here because, you know, they just mined such a big, massive vein here. So I'm sure it wasn't just a tunnel to a stope. Probably chasing the vein here, so. All right, well, the water looks like it's starting to come down, so we'll see what we can do here. But for some reason, this branch here is really, we couldn't drain the water out much because it's really hard. So you can see, it's rock hard. So you really don't need to drain it at all. Hopefully it doesn't get soft and just sink up their necks, but there's lots of wind blowing in here. Well, you can see a whole bunch of collapsed workings up here. So it's very hard formation here. And it's not deep at all, so it's really easy. But look, we're almost right up at walking at the back. And like I say, the wind's just howling in here. And I wonder if we're getting close to the rabbit adit, because the rabbit adit was an adit that I went into, and I could look in there and see a whole bunch of shoring and stuff, but there's too much water, I couldn't get in there. So it must be close to the outside somewhere for this much air to be screaming out here, I would think. This is really nice walking along here. Wow, just like cement here. Really hard material. You barely even leave any tracks. And quite deep there. I don't think we're going to have any problems here. Alright. Other than we might run out of headroom. Boy, pretty extensive in here. Wow, does not look pretty, eh? Yeah, I'll see. Yeah, pretty hard too. You might be getting some pretty... Yeah, I don't know what it's like behind that dam. I don't know, maybe we should try to drain some of this. This stuff's really red. It's, we're walking right on the very bottom here, so it's not that deep. It looks like it gets shallower there pretty quick. Yeah, look how red that stuff is. Usually it's more yellow or red in this section. Well, it looks like it breaks off in a couple other areas. And which should be the... Which one? Let's stick to the right. Usually these tunnels, they go uphill, so as long as we don't run into another big dam up here, which could happen, I'll bet you that's hard enough to walk on there. We've seen that before. You get into a kind of a hard, for some reason it gets harder in some areas. I'm walking right through, you can see this, but I'm just stepping right through to the floor, right on the floor here now. So that stuff's going to be slimy, and we're not going to want to go in there. Or we can just dance right along the top and it'll be real easy. We wouldn't really bet any money one way or the other, which might be the case. Well, I don't know, it's certainly interesting looking. We'll get through here easily or not, I don't know. Notice that rusty, it's something toxic in here, but it hasn't been a problem so far. Kind of hoping we can just go through here, it's going to get shallow. This very interesting looking crud, that's for sure. They don't smell bad or anything. You see where the, kind of interesting the colors there, you see the less oxidized rocks. It's been like this for a long time. Oh, it's just been massive in here. We've just found areas. Keep going and keep going. You can walk a long ways. It's easy going. There's so many branches and tunnels in here. I'm sure there's nobody alive that has been in as many meters of tunnels that I have at Anyox. Well, for one thing, it's very difficult to get here. Second of all, it's private property, and as far as I know, nobody's ever got permission to go in here. So, pretty interesting place to go. I can't think of a more exciting mine to explore. I think this is definitely the holy grail of abandoned mines. Just because it's so big, the massive, the history of it, and that it's so remote and nobody's been in here. This mine was shut down in 1935, and as far as I know, I'm the only one that's ever been in here. I know there was a crew working in here till about 1943 to salvage a lot of the stuff that was in here. So imagine there's people probably underground. I don't think there would be anyone here since maybe I would guess 1950s, so or 47, somewhere in there. So 70 years since I think anyone's been under here. Just because there was no reason for anyone to be here. And definitely no one in here recently because I've had to do a lot of work in smashing all these dams just to get access to this. And these dams have been here for a very long time, just a natural formation. Well, a huge amount of water running out of here now, so the trouble is it doesn't seem to be going down much, so there's got to be a huge amount of water behind this dam. So I don't know how much it's going to help us. Well, it's going down a little. One of the problems is, though, that it's making this hard material soft. Because I walked right there, and I sunk down right up to my crotch. So hopefully we're not going to have to struggle too much to get out of here. So we'll see. We'll just stay along that wall. Maybe it should still be hard. I hope, or it's going to be a fight. Might have to make a little raft out of some of these boards. Yeah, lots of water running out of there for sure. Reached the end of this section here. It doesn't seem to go any further. Well, I did it one time, but it's blocked off. But it's a pretty cool section. There's a little section a little bit to the left of us there that goes a long ways. We went as far as we could, but the water just started getting a little deeper, and it was just taking a while to drain. So we'll come back someday and see how far we can get. But this section seems to be done here. I was stood on top of that dam there, but it didn't go very much further, just one more ore pass. But see, we're ore shoots. See how many ore shoots there is? There's 1, 2, and then we're going back. There's 3, 4, 5, at least 6 big ore shoots. And going this other way to the right there is just another tunnel, but it's blocked too. So yeah, just so many places to go in here. It's just amazing how far you can get back in here once you start wandering around through here. We found an interesting section here. It looks like they were pulling the railway tracks up. They just put the board so they could walk. It's easier to walk than once you got the rails up there. And there's more lights. We're kind of looking around for one of these light bulbs that says stolen on them, but we've never seen any of them. They're just plain old light bulbs. And then, so now we're looking at this box, and we see some graffiti in different places. Some guy's pretty good artist. They draw in different things, and then they'll look like a deer or something there. And we're going to have to look inside that box, unfortunately. It's going to damage it, but you got to do what you got to do. Oh, no, we don't have to do that. Well, let's see. Yeah, nothing in there anyhow, so. We're just finding many, many levels here. So there's a raise going up here. None of these ladders would be usable at all. You see it going way up there. Let's do another level up there, I would suppose. This, look, where that box was, that was a 4-way intersection there. And here we have another intersection going, look how many different ways. There's 1, 2, there's 3, branching into 3, just in a few feet. So we're underneath a pretty major level, obviously. Big ore chutes. And we're definitely going to stick to the right-hand rule here. Because we're going to get screwed up here if we don't. So right-hand rule, we'll head down this one. This is a really nice area to walk around because it's not very deep here at all, so it's quite safe to walk around in here. It's just easy. And the tracks are still here. Look at the gauge of the tracks here. So we're talking at probably a 2-foot, 24 inch. Yeah, maybe about 24 inch, but you see a pretty big train went down here. Yeah. Well, it's just, last time we were at Anyox, we didn't really find much underground because we ran into those big walls of those big dams, and now going crazy here. Oh, look at that polar gelatin. Look at that shape of that box. Pretty nice, eh? We get a year on that? No, we don't see one. Beautiful box. Not that we need any more boxes like that. We've got lots of them at home, but it's a nice shape. Oh, wow. What do we got here? Looks like a, be careful here, that might be a false floor. Looks like. Yeah. Be careful, you don't want to step in the wrong place. Yeah. Yeah, just every direction you can go here. Well, this is as far as the train went, I guess, in recent times at least, because there's a block here to keep it from rolling any further. This is probably an older part of the mine. Probably underneath that huge area that they blasted, that big pit. Apparently they did a lot of damage to many areas of this mine. You can see there's just rock in a lot of places where the tunnels are plugged off. And all the ore chutes got big massive boulders on them, so I think we're right underneath the end of the other pit. Nice looking ore in here. Lots of places all blocked off here, but luckily this part of the main tunnel is still solid, so we'll just carry on up. Pretty black looking material in here. Look at the size of these ore chutes. Just everything's massive in here, but you know, it's big trains. And big tunnel too. Hey, look at the size of the tunnel. Very large. Looks like we might be getting to a face here. Another little ore chute. You can actually feel quite a bit of air here. Might be able to climb up there. Doesn't look very steep. These ladders are totally rotted. It might be interesting to try to climb up there. We'll see. We'll head up this way first and see if this is the face or if it continues on. Yeah, very large tunnels. But they needed them, you know, you need the room for the trains. We've got all kinds of little raises going up and down, ore chutes. Going down to another level down there. It would be really easy if we had a rope. But we don't. So this stuff's also rusted. I don't know where you'd even tie a rope, because a lot of times these drill stems, they look good. You could just grab one and it'd break. Oh, there's an old shovel. Pretty neat. See how fragile it is, and we'll just try to put it up here a little bit. Save it. An old-time shovel. Looks like some of this rock has maybe fallen off a little bit more recently. Oh, we finally got to a face. A long ways back to get to it, but here we are. I don't see any writing or graffiti on this face. Nothing else really interesting other than just a dynamite box that's busted up. Oh, there we go. Not much there, just DOH 320 it says. I wanted to try to get this real cool little tunnel, but yeah, there's no way, just couldn't get up there. I thought that pipe was solid, but I grabbed the pipe and it started to break off, so can't trust nothing in here, so we'll just head back up. It's not too steep in the bottom part, but it's definitely a little tricky going up. We're heading down this little narrow little path. I don't know where it's going. The main reason I want to go down here is because we've got the compressor line going down here. Looks like we're heading into a big ore chute. Yeah. Probably gonna be pretty steep, maybe. Let's see. Good morning. Huh. Look at the icicles there on the hanging off the back. Well, they're not really icicles, but yeah, this isn't a place you want to screw around for very long, because if something happened and some of them rocks came down, look how big they are. If it didn't kill you right away, probably block the exit off and they'd never find you. Who would ever know where I was? You know, roughly they'd know. But exactly? Yeah, well, it's going pretty steep down there, so we don't need to go down there. Let's have a look. That's pretty cool. Yeah, go down a little ways. It's a warpath going down to the bottom of the mine. There's a trusty rope there. I wouldn't trust any ropes in this mine. I'll put it this way, I haven't seen any ropes I would trust in this mine. This isn't really slippery at all, so we're okay here. And we'll get up along that little trail there at least. The guy just doesn't need to slide down the horseshoe there. It should be fine along here. Wow, quite the overpass. Look at the pick. Old miner's pick. Yeah, if I had a rope in here, I'd get down there fairly easy, but I'm going to screw around there with no rope, that's for sure. Question is always, what would you tie the rope to, right? Oh, watch it here, buddy. Just fascinating formations of this black rock and stuff growing out of here. It might not even be that steep. Seems okay. Sure we can get across. Doesn't look real steep. If I start sliding I might lose my camera, but I'm sure I'll be alright. Worst comes to worst, I might have to drop the camera. Wow, it just keeps going, boy. Man, I wished I had a rope, eh? This would be a real cool place to go down with a rope. Because it's not crazy steep. Let's roll a rock down there and just see how that goes. I'm going to have to come back with a rope. I don't mind going down that at all. Looks like fun. But a little nasty without a rope, eh? Oh, look at this. A lot of unstable rock, though. Geez, you know, you get... Say if that sucker come down and you're... Yeah. It's not steep, but that wouldn't be the danger. It's too dangerous to go for that reason. Look at all this rock here. How loose it is. Give that a little kick here. I'll show you. Doesn't seem to go down that much further. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, a guy could almost crawl down there, but not quite. Well, that's interesting. That doesn't seem to be too much further. There must be another main hall level there. And this looks like the easiest way that I've ever seen to get to it. Try another one. That doesn't seem that much further down, but it goes probably to another ore chute. That may or may not be plugged, though. That could be a problem, right? Just because you go down there doesn't mean you can be able to get anywhere. Huh. No, all interesting. Yeah. Ooh, there's dynamite in there, look. We're not going to touch that anymore. Yeah. Look at the nitroglycerin on the outside there. Holy shit. It's just sweating on there. Waiting to blow up. Good thing we've stuck to our right-hand rule, because I'll tell you, everything sure looks the same now. I'm sure if I do what I always do, I won't have a problem, but if I hadn't, but I'd have a hell time getting out of here now. I mean, there's been so many junctions and stuff that we've been at. Don't really have any idea which way's out now. Huge. And here another four-way intersection. Wow. So we got to put, well, we can see which way we came. We'll just follow our footprints, no problem there. But another four-way intersection. I don't know how many we've seen so far. Oh, it's just crazy. Huge mine. Pretty unusual to see dynamite and stuff in mines. All kinds of ore passes going up. And this is all still, you know, the electric trains ran and all this, so, you know, it's a pretty major level. I wouldn't be surprised if we found another attic going out somewhere on this back side of the mine. There's right another vase in there just hitting the quartz here. And, you know, and this side there was some gold here, but they're not really a gold mine, more of a copper mine. But it seems strange. You didn't see very much quartz in this mine. Well, so you see a big vein of it. Well, not a big vein of it, but just getting into it here, and that's where they stopped. You'd think, oh, they'd get excited and keep going. But they didn't. So what about that? Does that look sketchy? I guess so, huh? Don't touch anything. There's a door there. You gotta walk slow. Oh, my head fucking hit something. When I say don't touch anything. Got a little peek through here to see what's in there. Yeah, I don't think we need to walk in there though. That's maybe enough of a little peek. That would be a power disconnect switch for the train. To shut the power off to a certain line, you can disconnect it. Kind of an interesting color there. There's a junction going both ways. We're not far from the hoist level. The hoist level is just up there. So we just chop this out here. And we'll drain that. And we'll see if we can get up into this section that we haven't been into. See, it's draining out pretty quick. Doesn't take long. It's a small area. We have a bench floated up in here. Yeah, the water was a lot higher one time here. Quite a few sections here. It goes, you know, you got these big pillars in the middle, a whole bunch of different ways to go here. And there's the outside. We haven't been to that outside yet. It was getting too deep. When we drain some stuff, we'll see how it works, but maybe we're going to try staying to the left first. And we'll see, we'll go down this way and see if we can get down here. Oh, looks like there's a big monster hole down there. Yeah, we don't want to get too close to it. Yeah, you can't really see nothing in there. It's just a big black hole. It's the big black hole. Probably goes right up to the very bottom of the mine there. So we don't get too close to that. We'll head down this way instead. Here's a ramp for one of our famous Granby cars. So the way that works, the Granby cars, they just ran up this ramp on the one side. And it tipped them down this ore pass. One of the famous inventions that this company had that's still in use today. If you Google the Granby car, you see they still make them. And they still use that very simple technology.
Here's a model of a Granby car, and there's how the ramp works. It flips the car up, and then the gate cantilevers over, and it empties it.
The train just rolls past, and they dump. So this is the big ore pass going down. I would think it goes right down to the main level, and I would think it's probably all flooded under there, but unless we get down with some ropes, we will never know. Pretty dark. This looks like lots of copper material in here. To me, looks like copper to me, huh? So it's a very extensive section of the mine. There's just intersections and stuff going everywhere. And we've drained some of this out here, so we'll see if we can get a little further than when we were here the other day already. There's way less water than there was in here. It's a pretty wet section. See if we can get out to some daylight and have some lunch. Yeah, we chop this down. Here's another look at that ramp. Yeah, pretty neat. We saw another one like this and we thought it looks like a truss almost. We thought, oh, is there a truss here at the end of this shaft here? But it's not a truss. I don't know what they call that, a dumping station or something. We know it does though. No telephones left. You know, they got all these little stations where the phones would have been. They pulled all the phones out. Yeah, another ore pass going down here. We drained this out the other day, so pretty much all drained. You know, it's not really that far from the last one. I'm not really sure. Oh, we're talking maybe 100 feet up where that last one, where the big dumping thing station was. I'm not really sure why they would have two of them that close together, but yeah, you definitely don't want to fall down one of these. Yeah, lots of little raises going up here. They'll look pretty nasty, though. A big scope up there somewhere, I guess. Big high bolts. This is the reason why there's not too much water in this mine here. So, got lots of little ore passes going down. Some curving to hold some of that rock back. It's a good thing we got a week. I think we're going to need it just to explore all these tunnels. Ooh, there's a big coil of rope there. I think it'd be totally rotted. They used to make a rope out of hemp. Actually, it's funny. The German word for sweater is hemp, because they used to make sweaters out of hemp too. There's a little bit of a chute going down here. Doesn't look really steep. There's air coming out of there. Yeah. Maybe we'll try to sneak down there on the way back and see what's in there. There's a little explosive box in there. And there's air lines going down there. Probably goes down to a big ore chute. Yeah. Let's see. A couple of big boulders fell off the back here or down this monster chute. Huh. I think this is going to be about the end of this part. Oh, is that ever fractured, eh? Well, they did a big monster blast here in 1935 or something. Did a lot of damage to their tunnels. So that might be a part of that. Yeah. Certainly looks damaged to me. There's some explosives tamping rods there. A big one and a smaller one. Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to get into those areas and they're a little dicey. A long ways underground, eh? I don't know how bad it is up top there. This is pretty, a lot of loose rock there. Probably shouldn't be walking around in here. This looks like just ready to collapse. You hear a big bang, just duck. What we're going to do is we're going to try to sneak down there. So I'll shut the camera off and see what's down in that hole there. Looks kind of interesting, especially because the compressor lines are going down there. I don't know what's in that bottle. It looks kind of nasty to me. So we got to head back up this ore patch here. We came down here. And the idea is we're trying to get down to the main level, somewhere where it's not too nasty. And I figured out that wasn't that steep, even though he can't trust those ladders, but I got down there without a problem anyhow. But the problem is, so he kind of carried on down here. And there's I can feel a bit of a breeze. And I actually climbed down a fair ways down into there. I figured that wasn't too bad. But as you get to the next part, there's a blockage of kind of a bunch of pretty big boulders, and it's a steep area, so that was just a little too dangerous. I mean, I could get squeezed through there, but the problem is, if you get a bit of a rock fall, then you're just trapped under here. And I was trying to avoid to have that happen, so I decided that was just far enough.
Talk, cut to the chase. Time's running out, and they're using live bait. Streets